Jesus. How are you? Um, it's close to 11 p.m. Day 5, I think, this video thing. Didn't really practice guitar today. I tried for about 20-minute intervals throughout the whole day to actually do it, and my fingers have hurt too much and they're way too stiff. Just decided to give it a break for the day after the third time of trying to actually practice and having my fingers almost fall apart, so it's probably a good sign to stop. Give myself a minute to recover before tomorrow, before I get back at it. Um, so definitely need a break today, but still wanted to keep true to this little challenge I made for myself and still make something every day, even if it's just me talking. For that one guy that's actually watching and being ready to call me out as soon as as soon as I miss a day, which I'm sure is obviously not the case. My dad usually comes and likes these videos for me, which is nice, but for that one other guy that might be watching, this is for you. So, you can't rat me out just yet. I haven't failed so easily. Just finished watching, don't know if I finished it, well, I was watching Andor with dinner, and I'm feeling particularly inspired to be this speaker now after watching the rebellion take place in that show. Star Wars is great. But anyways, yeah, this is going to be a very unstructured little yap of a video. But mainly wanted to take a minute to talk about a thing that I've really been thinking about recently, of comparing myself to other people that make stuff online, make videos and stuff, and how to keep yourself in line with the thing you wanted to achieve and not falling for changing yourself or selling yourself to do a thing that's going to get more external validation more quickly. What I mean by that is, I started making this style of video and the shorts that I make because I wanted to give to somebody on the internet, at least one person that views it, a the most authentic and honest showing of how long it takes and what it takes to get good at something. And for my particular choice, it's guitar and playing hard things on the guitar. I don't see many people just recording themselves and putting out every single day with an instrument, them practicing a thing and failing and failing and failing and slowly getting better. There's a lot of polished thumbnails and videos explaining the give me 70 seconds and I'll give you 10 years back or whatever. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of people trying to show themselves as an authority of whatever thing they're talking about. I see this a lot with guitar, for sure. There's a lot of noise, and I just wanted to give a simplistic and more clear view, push through the fog of what guitar practice and what playing the guitar and having fun with the guitar can actually look like. I want it to be an antidote for all the noise. I see this. This is a very common movement I see, which is basic mental health and self-improvement stuff. Where, like I'm doing right now, there's just a guy staring at the camera and talking, and it's a nice antidote and reverse reaction, opposite reaction to the kind of self-improvement videos that have been coming out forever, of the super polished, super David Goggins-esque, stay hard, just constant people telling you what to do. But I haven't really seen that with hobbies and even just music. There's a lot of this noise that makes it seem as if music or art is sort of this very daunting task of needing to be successful or needing to do the right thing and take the perfect practice routine, or else, you're never going to improve or nothing's ever going to happen. There's someone I watch in the fitness world on YouTube called K Bogues, I believe he's pronounced, that takes a very simplistic view to fitness. And the way that he does it was such a eye opener and such a clean, just no noise, no bullshit way of just explaining how simple and how fun and how easy fitness and health can be. And that's why I ripped off everything that he did from the beginning with making 30 videos in a row. He did the same thing. I pretty much want to be and do what he did for fitness, but for the guitar world on YouTube. And that is what sort of my internal guides say, or navigation, sort of internal compass is the right word, says is the right thing to do, and that's what I want to be. And I needed to let go of any sort of idea of success, at least quickly, if that was what I was going to do. Because obviously YouTube and the internet, social media, is set up completely for them to reward people that make something that gets you the click and gets you to watch the whole thing. What I'm doing is trying to be the antidote to those kind of videos, the things that YouTube will, help make popular. The internet was testing this daily idea with day 1 and day 2 by sending out the videos to people's homepages, a good amount, a couple thousand people for the first video. So I got a little over 200 views. Second, day 2 video, maybe 2,000. It's been slowly showing my videos to less and less people over just a couple of days of it realizing that my videos are not eye-catching. And that was tough at first, because I could very easily look at all the people that start new YouTube channels, all these YouTube channels I see of people doing things where they have 40,000 subscribers and they just made 4 videos. And those 4 videos all are in the hundreds of thousands of views because they made the right thumbnail, they have the right title, they have the right display. And it's really easy to look at that and get mad and say that I've already made 32 videos and, probably always equaling the amount of videos I have to the amount of subscribers I have. But from that, it's really easy to want to start to make those thumbnails and make the eye-catching things and to do all the things that I know will work, because then I'll be able to have the eyeballs so I can teach more people. But I have to remind myself of what my whole guide of doing this was for. The whole reason I was doing this was to be an antidote to that whole thing. You in life, in a lot of times, in a lot of scenarios, no matter what it is, can have in a vacuum in your mind an ideal or a thing you wish to accomplish that would give you internal fulfillment and make you feel that you are making the world a better place or doing good things for people. And then as soon as you bring into consideration the idea of, will people like this? Will this make me money? Will this be any external success? As soon as you bring the outside into this internal idea and goal, it completely falls apart. You want to make art. You want to make a book. You want to make a video game. You want to make a certain kind of music. You want to make a certain tiny YouTube video. And you think, in a vacuum, if I did this would be exactly what I want to make, and this is what I would want to give to people, and this is what I think this would help people, or I think this would be the most authentic version of me to make and put out in the world that I think would be the most value and the most authentic to myself, and what would help the most, be the antidote to whatever your chaos is. And then you think to yourself, you bring in the outside world by having that idea, getting excited and feeling that that is something that would be worth doing and giving out to the world, and then you say, but will people care? This is something that will be ignored because it's not the usual, it's not what's expected, but it's what you think you would want to put out in the world. It's not, I don't think it's worth keeping that into consideration, because I'm sure, as you know, if you can follow anything I'm saying, I don't know if this makes any sense or not so far, but when you take the outside world into consideration, with all of those sorts of ideas of numbers and attention and money and success, if your idea of the thing that you'd want to give out would do anything externally and it falls apart, I don't think that's worth considering at all. Because if you make the thing and you make it the way you want it, and you say, this is what I want to provide to the world, this is what I want to give, this is what I think people might need, what the person I'm making for my avatar, I guess you could say, needs to hear or wants to have. If you make that and you don't get all those wild dream success things that you think you wanted, it's still worth it in the end, because you made the thing, you put it out there, and you stayed true to yourself and stuck to your guns of what you knew needed to be done and what was made. And there's a good chance it's always going to help at least that one person that needs it. Even if it doesn't, well, the fact that you did it is going to be all that you need, because you tried. And that's all you can do, is the input. I'm sorry I keep fucking licking my lips. I'm very dry. I got a canker sore right now. It hurts. What was I saying? Yeah. The fact that you tried, you putting the input in, the thing that you know needed to be made. If you do it, and at least to your perception of it, you think it hasn't done anything for anyone, you've tried, and either you keep going, or if it was a one-time thing, you've done your job, and you move on to the next thing. And there's almost a 100% chance that it'll always be of benefit to at least someone, as long as it is what was authentic to you and what you knew you needed to do without worrying about the external world. That's what I believe a healthy ego is too, because there's a lot of things saying that ego is bad and that's not good. You need to not have an ego. And that's correct to a certain extent. They're talking about the low-level, shallow ego of wanting the validation, wanting people to be jealous of you. The 7 deadly sins, all that sort of thing. But there is a version of a healthy ego that is pretty much what I'm talking about. The healthy ego of having your values, having the things you know to be true, and the things that you know you want to do to impact the world in the way that you want to. And no matter what no matter what the external world does to push you around or try and tell you that that's not true, or that's not going to work, or that's not working, having a healthy ego is still looking at the thing that you know that you are and that you want to make and put out in the world and the person you want to be, and just saying, no, this is what I know is right, and I'm going to keep doing it. So that's really kind of the main thing I'm trying to get across with this. And I know definitely this sounds very big and important and just life-changing with the fact that this is literally a YouTube channel about guitar. It's not that big a deal, bro. But this is more just a small avenue of expressing that sort of idea of me feeling that there is a certain kind of thing that I think that the internet would benefit from, in terms of clear and easy to understand guitar playing. And putting that out, whether, you know, YouTube likes it or pushes it at all, I have to, I have, it's very odd because I've never really had this before this thing that I'm making now. Sort of this unshaking, unwavering confidence in my brain, in sort of the internal, where I don't think about the external. I don't think about the fact of this getting any attention, getting any views, any likes, bringing me any sort of monetary value whatsoever. At least yet, I guess. Sort of this unshaking internal feeling that the type of thing I'm trying to make is going to be good, and it is going to be something that people are going to be glad is out there and that someone is doing. Even though literally the whole system itself of YouTube is designed to stop putting my stuff out, so that way I feel pressured to change the way I do things, so I am more efficiently put together and outputting the things that it wants to put out to make more money for itself. Literally the whole system I'm working up against is keeping any of this from going out to anyone. And yet I still have this crazy level of just obscene confidence that this is something that I need to stick to my guns on and continue to make the shitty thumbnails I do of screenshots of the video. Because I know it's the antidote that I want to see out there on YouTube. And who gives a shit if the entire system is put against this not working or being put out to anyone? Who gives a shit? If it's something that you genuinely feel is within yourself, something that you want to do and that you want to see in the world, no matter what things tell you that you can't or that you shouldn't, all the joy in life comes from still doing it in opposition or in sort of spite of all of that negative noise. And that's what I'm going to do with this, I guess. I'm just going to keep going. At some point, I'm sure YouTube's going to be putting these videos out to no one. And these will get only viewed by my dad. And I'm sure this video is only going to get viewed by my dad as well, because he watches them, or at least clicks on them and likes them. And for that, I appreciate you more than anything. You're amazing, Dad. Thank you. But again, who gives a shit? You got to do what you think is right. And I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to do amazing things for hopefully at least the one person that this is aligned to that needs to hear it. It sounds very woo-woo the way I'm explaining it, but don't really know a better way to explain it. Again, after watching Andor, very rebellious nature implanted into me. It's like when you when you walk out of a movie theater and you kind of get embedded this sort of personality that you take on from the movie that you just watched. Definitely what's happening now. Might think this video is cringe later, but you know, gotta just flow with it in the moment. This felt right, so I'm doing it. If there is a single human being that made it to the end of this, congratulations. I hope this resonated with you and helped you at all, helped you see anything. If not, sorry, bud. Did what I could. But yeah, for that one person at some point in the existence of the universe that watches this video somehow in the endless void of the internet, appreciate you, bro. Stay chillin'. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.